All right. Hello, everybody. It is me, Gabby. We are back. It's Umineko time. Last time, we basically we're trying to finish episode 7. It might only be a little bit left, but I've got no idea. Good. So last time we basically finished the main bulk of episode 7. So episode 7 was all about Bern Castell trapping the new character into a room and trying to tell them to solve the mystery of Umineko, which they did. They found out the culprit, they found out the culprit's motivations, they even figured out, like, the specifics of the murder tricks, although they only explained it in a very vague way to kind of almost like give hints to the audience if they wanted to figure it out. This is how you figure it out. Um, and we even found out a backstory and of like where Beatrice even came from and who the other Beatrice was and all this. Basically, we found out a whole bunch of random stuff. So everything was all good. Um, basically, we essentially made Beatrice's soul sort of rest in peace in inverted commas by basically solving a lot of the mystery. And then we found out that Bern Castell decided to actually trap uh Leon and Ange in a theater and force them to watch the scenario, which she says is the truth, that the mystery of Umineko, it happened because Rudolph and Kyrie basically shot everybody to death with guns. And also, the other really big point, which they actually have not mentioned up until this point, but actually explains a lot, is the reason why nobody could ever figure out what happened to Rokkenjima is because Rokkenjima itself has a fucking self-destruct sequence. It has a whole bunch of bombs that could blow up most of the island unless you manage to run away to Kuadori in time. So, in basically most of the timelines, or perhaps all of them, Rokajima gets blown up, and so that's how like the police can't actually investigate and figure out any more information about the killers and yada yada yada. So that's basically what happened. Then is that, like, they kind of essentially torturing Leon because Leon is essentially like a what if version of the true culprit if they didn't decide to sort of become Beatrice and make this whole song and dance thing start in the first place. So basically, they're trying to sort of torture Leon by saying, no, even in your timeline, the one timeline where you didn't become Beatrice, you're also going to get shot by Kyrie and you're going to die as well. But then Will comes in and saves Leon and is like, you have to escape. Um, I'm sure there's a happier ending somewhere, and let's figure that out. Basically, run away from the witches, and try and find a happy ending. Um, how exactly they're gonna do that? What exactly this means? I've got absolutely no fucking clue. So, that was the tea party part. If I just finished that, um, so I guess we have epilogue number 2 to go through and figure out what the hell's gonna happen now. Chessboard, of course. 2 white pieces were set on the chessboard. The countless black pieces surrounding them were now just packed together, not even placed on the squares. Van Castell tipped the 2 white pieces over and took them off the board. Is it really okay to end it like this? Oh, there she is. There she is, the fucking audience surrogate mastermind. Yes. Yes, as usual, your reading truly does fall comfortably on my ears, my Miko. As you wished, I've scraped out even the inner parts of the guts. Was that enough of an answer check for you? Indeed. I am quite satisfied. Using the answer you have revealed as a key, I will go back through all the tales so far, opening the closed rooms like treasure boxes, one by one, because I am like the author, audience, surrogate, or whatever. It's fun finding the key, and it's even more fun to stick it into all the locks. You have done very well, my Miko. From now on, let me enjoy my thoughts alone. This has been enough. So I guess we'll see exactly what Featherine's thing is, right? What her motivation really is. Are you done with me now? You have done well, my Miko. I absolve you of your duty. I will return to my slumber. I'd like to enjoy this pleasant dream for a few more centuries. And when I grow tired of that, you will find yet another tale to keep me entertained for those centuries which will pass in the blink of an eye. I grant you your freedom. Splendidly done, Berncastel. My cute, cute Miko. Knowing Featherine is probably something along the lines of "I'm bored, entertain me." I mean, yeah, but like that's all of the that's all of the witches. So like, what makes Featherine so different, right? And in fact, what makes her so powerful? Also, hello, yes. Also, what makes her so powerful that like, Bernie basically has no choice but to bend to her will, just that she is older, inverted commas. It's not like I care. Go ahead, dry up and die. So long for the rest of time. You call a few mere centuries for the rest of time. From what I've seen and researched, she's supposedly the strongest witch. Of course, there is totally fucking Umineko witch power scaling, isn't there? There's the obvious answer, and then there's the joke answer, where it's like there's the power scaling that's shown off by the feats shown off in the novel, and then there's the stupid power scaling based on stupid power scaling logic when people like, oh yeah, multiversal level. Good night forever, Aurora. You don't need this Game Boy anymore. I'll take it. Bernie, what are you gonna do with that shit? I don't trust you. I still haven't had a chance to do any real game mastering. I just did Vito's funeral. Dad and tearing up butts. I still haven't done anything. Oh, but Bernie, really? No. No. Not again. We do really. Come on, Will, do something. Hey, pieces of Vito's game. I'm gonna have you spin an incredibly brittle tale that I'll find incredibly entertaining. Tremble in fear of the certain fate you've been promised. By the name of Berncastel, Wisp of Miracles, and as the final game master of Vito's game, I proclaim it. Umineko power scaling inevitably runs into the issue of magic isn't real, lol. But, I mean, if you delude yourself into believing magic's real. Ah. Though just saying it would be boring. Maybe I should follow Vito's rule and say it in red. Are you sure? There might still be some witches with naive hopes. Ah, Lambda, so you're here? Of course, you're always wherever I am. Go on and say it. You tell those naive dreamers. Yes, I will. As the Witch of Miracles and as the final game master, I proclaim the start of the final game and make you this promise. I won't give this game a happy ending. Oh no! No, Bernie, no! Don't do that! No! Not in the red! And it's the final episode. If that's it, I'm gonna be so upset. Okay, no, we have more scenes. Good, good. If they just ended it like, imagine if they ended it like that. Imagine being like a, hi, it's me, Bern Castell. I'm going to tell you in episode 8 of Umineko, the final episode of Umineko, it's not going to be a happy ending, and I guarantee that with the red. Like, that would be fucked up. A single girl was crying in a desolate, quiet chapel. She was a small girl, only 6 years old. Oh, Ange, oh no. The girl who, for 12 years starting now, would the girl who would, for 12 years starting now, lament the fact she wasn't on this island during October 4th and 5th, 1986. She kind of got torn up into guts again. Honey-chan, oh, it is Battler. I've been looking for you, Anne. Where the fuck have you been this whole? I mean, no, I know where you've been. You were like, here we go. I've given Beatrice. I've made the final tale for Beatrice, and I've let her rest in peace. And then I'm going, and then you fucked off this entire episode, and we suddenly the protagonist was Will instead, basically. if anyone's going to be able to solve this thing and give it a happy ending, it'd be Battler. But Battler is honestly, Battler, despite you being the golden sorcerer who knows the truth and everything, you really haven't managed to do that much. Like, you first you blocked yourself up in a plot hole. Yeah, like first you couldn't figure out the truth. You figured out the truth too late, and then you basically lost but demanded a retry. Then you got yourself caught up in plot hole. You wrote yourself into a plot hole, and Beatrice had to revive and save you. Then it was this episode where you just wrote a book, put it in a grave, and fucked up. You really haven't done much these last 4 episodes. Waiting for the right dramatic moment as per usual. That's true, but if anybody could show up in episode 8 to finally resolve things, it'd be Battler. He had been like the main character this whole time. So like, what the hell, Battler? Please, please, please help us. I've been looking for you, Ange. What's wrong? Why are you so sad?
Today, a kid in class bullied me. He said the people on TV were saying Mom had ties to bad people.
Yeah, well, clearly the arc is apart, right?
So he said that Mom and Dad were the culprits, that they probably killed everyone. I asked Aunt Ava, hoping she'd say it wasn't true, but she didn't say anything. Mom and Dad aren't bad people, right? Right?
Poor kid. Everyone keeps saying whatever they like about what might have happened on that island that day. Sit over here.
Okay. You know, don't you, Oni-chan? You know that Mom and Dad aren't bad people, right?
Yeah, of course I know that. I know that none of them were bad people.
Then tell me, what happened that day? What happened on Rockinjima?
Okay, I'll tell you. This is what happened on that day.
Is it a scary story?
Of course not.
Is it a sad story?
Not at all.
Then what kind of story is it?
You can decide that for yourself when you hear it. It definitely isn't a painful story. So listen up.
Okay, Butler Oni-chan.
On that day, we all went to Rockinjima. There were a lot of us. It was an important day. Oh shit, the vocals are coming in. Battler's come a long way from the brat who didn't believe that magic wasn't real. It's true. To be fair, everybody was doing a crap job of explaining why we have to talk about magic. Everyone was they were just saying like magic like it was. Nobody explained to him that it was all a metaphor. If they explained that part, he might have understood. And that day, we all went to Rockinjima. There were a lot of us. It was an important day, the day of the family conference. Where should I begin? This is the final game, made just for Ange. Oh, oh. It's like, It's like this final story is the story for those that came after, right? We've had like the stories for like the characters who have been here. We've had the stories for Battler. We've had the stories for Beatrice, the culprit or whatever. This is the story for Ange who wasn't there. Listen, Ange. This is what happened on Rockinjima on that day. It isn't sad or painful at all. Oh, that was a great time. I paused that thing, but that was a great time to. The music starts like swelling as the thing comes in, like that. That was just good timing. Okay, maybe I should have done that a bit faster because now the music's finished. Oh well. I mean, I guess it's really hard to time something like this for the music for a credits thing like this. So you don't know how. I mean, unless you put it on auto, right? But I'm not putting it on auto because I might want to have time to stop and talk with people. It's a long credits actually. I mean, it's probably also because everyone has giant. Is everyone's got these giant fucking text that takes up the entire screen. There we go. Nope, nope. There's still more. Never mind. Is that it? That's the end. Nope. Zero. I've got 07th expansion. There it is. Now just expect to pretend that the last piano chords are playing now, right now. Brother and sister. All right. We did it. It's finally over. Well, no, there's one more episode. But first thing we need to do. Well, first thing, let's check the titles. Interesting. Okay. Because I think I have seen, I think I've seen fan art of this picture, of like this picture where it's Will and Leon instead. Um, Interesting. It's good. Leon looks a lot more feminine here as well. It's not. It makes him more ambiguous. I like that. Um. Anyway, let's go to the tips. All right, tips. Episode 7 tips. Let's figure this out. Tips. Oh, really? That's all we've got? We don't have anything new? Even if I do, like, what do I do? The execute button. Nothing happens there? Nope, no buttons. Really? Nothing? That's it? Ah. That's a bit disappointing. Oh, cool. I didn't know you could do that. That's cute. So you can put them in their servant outfits. Oh, interesting. Their eyes are different color as well because it showed that they're like these are humans, and then of course if they're these demons, they got the demonic red eyes. Yeah, these guys are the same. Will is the same. Yeah. What's Oh, wait. Okay, that's new. I think that's new. Here we go. Beatrice Castiglione, an Italian. Her father's a high official in the RSI. Light-hearted woman who's not used to that personality even after living in a long time submarine. She was only one of the Italians who could speak English. She began to form a close relationship with Kinzo, who's the only Japanese person who could speak that language. Kinzo recounted how he loved the first time and meeting her was a meeting that drastically changed his fate and that of Rock and Jima. Okay, that's all the same. Mooney. Yeah, okay. And then if I go to Leon, is there anything like that changes? No, it's just the usual thing. They really don't do much. They really haven't been doing as many of the tips anymore. I feel like, a long time ago, I feel like the tips used to be like kind of give important information about the plot. Now it doesn't really feel like it. Like here, when it's like, hey, look, it's got the actually talks about all the. They didn't even tell what. They didn't tell us what Will's like things were. I don't know. Okay, all right. Well, there's that, and I guess that's it, right? So, what is episode 8 called? Episode 8, Twilight of the Golden Witch. Good morning. To think that this is goodbye brings me great sadness as well. I prepared a farewell party for this night. There will be a game tournament as well, so I ask that you participate with vigor. Like Pepper, the difficulty comes in tiny yet spicy grains. Why not participate yourself now at the very end? Interesting. So basically, they're saying, why don't you guys help solve the mystery? 'Cause that would be fun. I don't even. This game is a lot. There is there is just a lot, you know? This game is a lot. So it's kind of even hard to. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do though? Okay, what I'm gonna do though, just for the sake of the VOD and for the sake of videos and everything, I'm going to stop here and start like later so I can change the episode titles and stuff and the VODs and the so I can say this is the end of episode 7 and then episode 8 will be because I mean after all I've only been streaming for 20 minutes and I obviously, then that means I could have, if I knew the question mark was one was so short, I would have been able to. But no, it was yeah, I've been streaming for 3 hours. Like 3 hours is kind of my limit. After a while, I kind of just get my throat hurts, you know. And I have other things that I want to do with my life sometimes. Uh, but yeah, no, I did like episode 7. I like we've gotten a lot more concrete answers to things. Everything feels like it's all coming together, kind of. Even though it does feel like Will and Leon, for these essentially new characters, have kind of essentially hijacked the plot in a way. Battler does not feel like he has done much. There is not as much of that sort of here's the Van Dyne rules. Oh, okay, great. Hang on, let me just keep open the tab up. And okay, yeah. Detective Story is a game. It is more. It is more. It is a sporting event, and the author must play fair with the reader. Interesting. This is interesting. Oh, okay. This is cool. Thanks for giving me that. Because I might have a look at that later. Because that's I love how meta this is. This like it's like a here. Let's talk about what a detective story is for this detective story. This game is just a lot. There is a lot, and I really do like the meta elements to it because it's a lot of it. I like what's the word? I love genres. I love genre writing. I love people talking about genres and how genres start and why they happen and what they do and how you can subvert expectations and stuff like that. Like I used to go on TV tropes all the time. That was my shit, right? So um I love all the meta elements to this. I didn't actually realize until doing a little bit of independent research by myself, as in looking up some stuff about the game that didn't trying to not scroll down to the parts where they had spoilers. Um, basically, they were kind of essentially that is saying that like the whole point of Umineko at the big is that it is always trying to get you to solve the mysteries. That the difficulty level thing that they talk about is the difficulty of the mysteries in the game in the episode to figure out. So that I didn't realize that until like researching it myself. So like it's just really interesting. Which novel we're going to play through next? Probably AI the Somnian Files Nirvana Initiative because I have that in my Steam library at the moment, and yeah, I just never had a chance to try it because I was just playing other games I was more interested in, or reading other visual novels that I was more interested. So I might do that might be next, probably. Um, if that's how we're gonna keep doing this, streaming me playing essentially detective game things. I mean, by the time I finish AI Nirvana Initiative, Danganronpa 2x2 is gonna be out, but I'm probably just get. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's just on Switch anyway, so I'm probably just gonna get the Switch version because it's more convenient to play. Also it means I like own it physically and whatever. Um, man, imagine that. Imagine me like doing. It would be very funny if I like streamed Danganronpa 2 by 2 and it was like all right guys, streaming Danganronpa 2 again, the whole thing again because the main story is going to be exactly the same. So that would be very funny, but I don't know. But like that, yeah, that's I think in like yeah, I think that's coming out around March or so. So yeah, depends how long AI is, and besides that, there might be. God, who knows? I might actually just do Higurashi, maybe. Who fucking knows? Well. I was Danganronpa a Kawakuan Comic Full Circle. I mean, yeah, like it. I mean, it completely blindsided me that they announced the Danganronpa 2 remake. specifically a Danganronpa 2 remake, which is my favorite one, which that's not necessarily controversial. It's a lot of people's favorite ones. Some people like V3 more, some people like 1 more, but I think 2 is generally the fan favorite, even if some of that is just like some people it's a fan favorite because it's got Nagito Komaeda in it, and I am terrified on what they're gonna do having more Nagito Komaeda actual content because he's he's a great character, but he's also done so. It's such a fine line for what his character is that, like, I think people might just miss the point and might completely just destroy everything, just ruin him because like they just want to go too far in a certain direction. Whereas Nagito worked because the narrative, he had a specific role in the narrative. Where anyway, so that will be the end of episode 7. I am definitely enjoying Umineko. I like the fact that have never have absolutely any idea what the fuck is going on. Um, and this whole story is very like you really can't. It's not even just you can't predict it. It's just you don't even really know where they're going with anything at any given moment. So it's really fun to do as opposed to just reading a genre fiction where you do at least have expectations and the expectations are all going to be met and you don't need to worry about it because like there might be a big plot twist at the end, but that's kind of about it. Whereas this, like, I love this genre because you can really make whatever the hell you want. You don't have to have beginnings and middles and ends and certain acts and certain tropes that happen at certain times. You can just have 30 minutes of absolute stupid fake power scaling nonsense because you just feel like it. You have no idea how long these episodes are. You have no idea what you're going to learn and when. You have no and in Numeneko, you have no idea if any of this shit that they're showing is even actually happening, or it's all just a metaphor, or it's a gag, or it's a something. Also, I bumped the microphone. I also just remember there's one other thing I probably want to do at some point, which is Fate Hollow Ataraxia. Maybe even Fate Stay Night because I played that before it got officially subtitled by myself because I thought I was gonna hate it and honestly it's anyway but I do want to support the official release of that at some point, so I'm just basically probably hopefully on Boxing Day they go on sale and then maybe I'll buy those and I'll put that in my Steam library. But yeah, I want to play Hollow Ataraxia because I haven't played it. And every time fucking something in FGO makes a reference to Hollow Ataraxia and I have absolutely no idea what the hell it means. Like uh also it's got Avenger in it and Avenger's voiced by Takuma Terashima and he's my boy Satoru in Wonderful Precure, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. Um, yeah, so I want to play that as because yeah, that's actually one like I actually don't know. I just know I know the very vague plot that there's like time loop bullshit and Bazette is the main character and Karen is in it. And there's just a lot of Dojin bullshit, like Saber Alter and Kid Gilgamesh and Kirkland. Well, how do you pronounce it? Cullen? Anyway, whatever. Lancer with the Hawaiian shirt, fishing and like, um. Oh yeah, I think it's where the magical girl parody shit has started. That came from Hollow Ataraxia. It's just, it's just the like it just sounds like it was just like the most like at the same time it's like it's a sequel to Fate Stay Night, but it is also the most dojin to ever dojin at the same time somehow. Um there's probably some other stuff about like lore shit, I guess, because I think because Bazet's part of the ceiling designation. So yeah, Halibut actually has like 70% today meals with the Emiya family. Okay, that's interesting because like I actually think I actually think the slice of life in Fate Stay Night is actually not that good. I don't actually like it that much. I think it's pretty boring. I think a lot of it's based on like kind of unfunny anime tropes from the 2000s that I just don't think really age very well. Um, I don't like how Nasu just made his female characters like always. overreacting in ways so that Shiro looks like the only reasonable one, where everybody else is crazy because they're women. So I actually don't think it's that good. I think Nas has probably gotten better at it over the time because like I have no problems with like Lost Belt 6 or anything, or a lot of his FGO writing, and even Mahoyo has a little bit of stuff, but it's actually not too bad. So I think he's gotten better at it. But yeah, anyway, I'm really curious about Fate Hollow Ataraxia, so I do want to get that at some point. It's just not in my Steam library at the moment because it wasn't on sale. The plot sections are quite good. IMO. Okay, yeah. I mean that's fair enough. So yeah, that'll be very interesting. And like yeah, I know there's like time loops involved there. So like you, sign me up on that stupid shit. Although yeah, because I could have streamed. No, what happened? I guess. So the thing is, like, I played. I bought Tsukihime Remake on Switch, and I played it on Switch. Also, just because I knew it's gonna really be really long, and I actually know that apparently Hollow Ataraxia is also really fucking long as well. So maybe I will just get it back on Switch because it is. I don't know. So I want to. But then I've done all of Umineko, so no, because on the one hand I've done all of Umineko on stream, and I've been really enjoying that. But on the other hand, like it's just it is being quite painful because it has meant I haven't been able to just like rush to the next story beat straight away, and sometimes I just have to wait, and I'm like, oh, I want to like research shit about this story so much, but I can't because then I'm gonna get spoiled, and then it's gonna ruin my whole experience, and that's kind of torture sometimes. But then again, with Hollow Other X, yeah, it's like the plot twists don't really matter because I already know what the plot twist. I don't know, but that's the same with Tsukihime Remake. I think I just bought Tsukihime Remake because, like, yeah, also, I just knew I wasn't gonna be that into it. This is just like a I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna stream next, but those are just some ideas, I guess, that's floating around because I have honestly had a lot of fun just going through these plot these narrative heavy stories, game slash whatever's, and the really silly, obscure, weird bullshit ones, and just kind of going through it and recording my reactions essentially, and also talking about it with people who have actually played them. So I have really been enjoying this. So I do want to do something like this again. But yeah, what game? Not sure. But I should probably start and stop and end and continue on again when we get to episode 8 because yeah, it's still only been like half an hour, and it's kind of yeah, got stuff. I just want to at least know, understand some things, and I've talked about this episode enough, so yeah, I'll be back in like a few minutes.